Hey everybody, it's Peever. I'm gonna do a review this time because I have no patience to set up when I wake up in the morning and see the chapter. I just read it. So here we go. Here's my first review. Be gentle. We start out with the that color page with all the Straw Hats as video game characters, and I love Luffy as Ken from Street Fighter with the glow up. He's doing the Shoryuken. Starts out with the dude in the mask with CP0. He's talking to somebody on the phone, doesn't believe him about Momo, but it doesn't matter because revealed what we all knew all along: the Marines are coming. I mean, we all knew the Marines were coming. You got Sword with X-Drake, you got CP0s there. Also, the plotline with Tashigi. She looks way too much like Kuina for that not to pan out. Like, there's got to be some connection to Kozaburo. That would be the dumbest plot device ever if there was no connection there. And obviously, it's Wano. And I'm hoping that she gets to display her badass, like, lady samurai stuff and, fight the patriarchy of Wano, something like that. Like, prove that, no, girls can hang too. And then we get the other guy on the line, none other than the ignomous Rob Lucci. And I love to see him. Who I like to see more than Rob Lucci is Kaku. He's kind of my favorite because we all thought he was his voice for so long. And guess what Rob Lucci wants? Nico Robin. It's always Nico Robin. Okay, so we're looking good here. We've got Robin's back on her feet. Brooks got her back. He's defending her. And I love this because earlier we had Sanji able to depend on Robin. And now Robin is able to depend on Brooke. And it's this coming around from her trust issues and all that. And I love seeing these wholesome moments with her. It's lovely. Okay, now we get to the scene with Momo. And I love this because he just got a couple wins with number 1 taking Luffy to the roof and number 2 biting Kaido. And then he's feeling good, Yamato's on his back, and then she abandons him and he kind of falls back into his wimpy ways, right? So what does he do? He does what Luffy did. Go forth, flame clouds! He yells at them until they do what they're supposed to. Like, he just has to motivate them enough to get them to act right. And we see the flashbacks from a moment earlier where Yamato has every confidence in Momo, except for that she doesn't. I mean, she tells us the island is basically now a giant bomb, and just in case, she's going to have to defuse it. Just in case what, Yamato? Just in case what? And now, okay, explosion or otherwise, like, where do you think it's going to fall? The 3 best options that I've seen were Curry, where it would land on the factories and the wasteland and just kind of wipe that area out, but I feel like that would be really, really messy. And now with the Marines showing up, there's the idea that, okay, maybe we use the island to defend against them, but he's not going to drop the island on a bunch of ships and kill all those people. But I could see it dropping like in front of the ships and the giant wave blows it all back. But I think the most likely one is the waterfall because, number 1, it would open up Wano. And number 2, Onigashima would also be destroyed and end up falling in the ocean. I guess it would with the Marines too. But in this way, you open up Wano and then you get the death of the symbol of the 20 years of oppression from Kaido. So I think the waterfall in my mind is the best option. Okay, now we get to the fun stuff. Queen and Sanji. Sanji is just straight tanking Queen's shots, and maybe he gets a little scuff on his face. Like, that's about it. Now, Queen is absolutely one of my favorite characters in Wano. I love his antics, the Zuma, all that good stuff. But he is dumb sometimes. He goes, wow, that was really strong for a regular kick. Dude, it was on fire and it left grill marks on your chest. What part of that's regular? And here we come to the most ridiculous scene in all of Wano. Showing the true power of the Brachiosaur, he becomes the Brachiosaurus. Because apparently the true nature of a Brachiosaur is a snake. What the ever-living fuck? I love you, Oda. Then he wraps him up like Ice Cube and Jennifer Lopez is trying to kill him. And Queen starts crushing the ever-living hell out of Sanji. And then Queen is dumb. And then Queen says, expect the unexpected. That's not how any of this works, dude. He's got his Brachio bombers set up on voice command and then talks about his Brachio bombers and gets bombed. Boom. Stupid, don't go off unless I say Brachio bomber. Boom. Okay, this is too much for Queen, and it breaks up his hold on Sanji. And then we see, cut to Sanji, mangled. Just mangled. Bodies should not be in zigzags. And then Chopper's freaking out. He sees that he's broken, but he's still walking. And he thinks he's a zombie from Thriller Bark. I love that little reference because he was always freaking out about him. So instantly, Queen is pretty much back into his body. Now, what's more likely? That he takes his frame and slithers backwards into his body? Or is it more likely that he went the other way and stuck his own head up his big bionic brachiosaur butt?
It's the butt. Definitely the butt.
Then we get a flashback to his childhood with him punching his brother and the exoskeleton stuff. Now, Sanji just put his ass back together. He's got the healing factor. You know who's also got the healing factor? Wolverine and Deadpool. You know where they're from? Canada. Headcanon, Sanji's Canadian. Sorry. Then he takes a double-handed sword strike from a second Yonko commander and breaks the damn sword with his face without paying attention. And I saw some people talking on Reddit about how this ruined Sora's sacrifice, but I really don't know what story they're reading. Sora didn't care about the exoskeleton. That was not the point. She didn't want him to lose his humanity and become this unfeeling fighting machine. And she got her wish, so she wins. And then Sanji gets powers, she wins twice. And Sanji's having this moment where he does not want to be like them. He thinks that having this exoskeleton makes him a monster. And that's not the case. And he's going to have to come to terms with that. Special shout out to Joy Girl, who has now become my favorite YouTuber. Not because she's amazing at her stuff, which she is, but because she shouted me out at her stream and gave me a little happy birthday the other day. So, Joy Girl, you are now my favorite. Like, comment, subscribe. Peaver D. Steven signing out.